What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to Valhalla. I've decided to give this a couple more episodes and kind of just like see where it goes. I don't know. It seems like a low investment game for me, not for the developers. Obviously, they put a lot of effort in the game. What I'm saying is it seems like a game we can kind of just play and enjoy the storyline. I figured out how to make the big drinks. I read all of your comments, and then also I made with the googly, and it seems like it's worked out okay. But yeah, welcome back to Cyberpunk Bartender Action Valhalla. As far as I remember, we were talking to Elma about her relationship issues, and then she was like, hey, you don't sleep with anybody but your cat. And I was like, yeah, very, very true. But, you know, the little fuzzy friends, the little bed floofs, they're nice to have around every now and again. They got the rumbles, and they like, I don't know, Ollie, what he likes to do is he has like separation anxiety, even though he abuses me all day long. And so when I go to bed, he gets on the pillow above my head on like the little headboard thing. I use a body pillow as a headboard. So anyways, he lays on that. That's his spot. But he has to be in contact with somebody, like, at all times. And so, like, as you're trying to fall asleep, you'll feel, like, his little paw, like, on your forehead. And if he can't get to my head, he does it to my fiance's and just puts his paw on her head. He has to be in contact with a human once it gets dark. It's weird. He's, like, afraid of the dark, even though he's a creature of the night that capitalizes on darkness in order to hunt. He's weird, man. He's got dysfunctions because we got him when he was, like, 4 weeks old. Like, he was too early, and they were just going to take him to the pound, so I took him. Like, man. Alma says, maybe you'll think of me. Hey, speaking of routines, as a hacker, what's your opinion on this whole Alice Rabbit thing? Yeah, that's the silence of somebody who just heard something stupid. Stupid enough to warrant the speech they've prepared just for occasions like this one, huh? Well, as always, very perceptive of you. You know, decades ago, there was this group of people that hacked simple sites, and they had, like, an agenda. I can't remember what they used to call themselves. I just remember that it was petty vandalism for the most part. Anyways, everyone that participated started using the exact same name. They wanted to create like an anonymous anarchist identity. The whole Alice Rabbit thing is the logical conclusion of that. It's what happens when that idea reaches its breaking point and goes mainstream. It's no longer a group, but an individual. An untouchable entity watching from the shadows, monitoring and judging everything that everybody does. Observing, tolerating nobody but itself. A lot of bullshit for what's essentially a pet the press made up. The antithesis of your usual boogeyman, if you must. So you don't think the actual person exists? I don't know, and I don't really care. I mean, we've seen the actions of the entity, but it might be anything, an individual, group, AI. And that's not even taking into account all the copycats and pranksters that are using the name. So Alice Rabbit, it's a thing that exists, but it's also really muddied overall. There's something else that worries me, too. That kind of story always catches the attention of kids and such. They start trying to hack stuff without knowing the risks or the consequences. Imagine if suddenly a group of tweens broke into this bar and started asking for drinks. That's how it feels for me. And it's all thanks to that damned Alice Rabbit thing. You see. But enough of that. There's a more pressing matter at hand. There is. Yeah, you've been delaying my invitations for hanging out sometime for way too long. Oh, yeah, that. You hate me that much, Jill. Does my presence make you that uncomfortable? No, at this rate, I might just crash by your apartment. That way you just can't say no. Yep, that domicile molestation, just all up in your house. Everybody's got that friend where you're like, I can't do anything today, and they just show up anyways, and you're just like, oh my god, I have so much work to do right now, and you are here. I appreciate the fact that you care and you want to be over here and hang out. But honestly, I said no. Maybe I'll also crash for the night. We could have a sleepover. We could braid our hair and tell stories all night and shower to get... Wait, that took a turn. We were telling stories just a second ago and now all of a sudden we're naked. You know, you need some human warmth in that place. Your tits alone could fill the entire bathroom. Yeah, this game gets odd, man. This game gets really, really odd really, really quick. Man, you react too nonchalantly. It's no fun. React a little bit. Let me tease you for a second. I refuse. In all seriousness, though, any particular reason you keep turning down my invitations? I mean, it's not a date. I just want to have a conversation with you outside the four walls. I'm not a morning person. I registered for night shift precisely to avoid waking up early. The earliest I've asked you out is like 10 a.m., you know? Yeah, that's early morning by my standards. Yep, high five, Jill. That's early morning by my standards, too. There's a reason I became a YouTuber. I was like, wait, I can wake up at any hour of the day and do my job at any time that I want to do I'm going to do that. That sounds awesome, even if it, like, pays less than another job that's probably more pragmatic to have with, like, a 401k and shit. Gotta get some my beauty sleep. As you can tell, it's not working out so great for me. I gotta maybe piling on more quantity will make the quality of the beauty better. I mean, it's not that I just don't want to hang out. I just don't feel like waking up early. You are hopeless. Anyways, I'm gonna need another drink here. Let's say a big brandtini. Finally, that's the Elma that I know. Big brandtini. That's easy enough. Jump into the B's. Brandtini. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. And then it has to be aged and then mixed. There. You know, Brandtini is such a weird name. It was originally supposed to replicate the Martini. Problem is, the BTC got a hold of a brand of vermouth that was named after a certain automobile company. So on a weird whim, they changed the name. I see. You know, I was wondering. Yeah? Don't you worry about what the people you work for might be doing with the information you provide? Not really. You don't. Do you worry about what happens when people leave this place drunk? Ooh. That's vicious. That's cutting right there. I was like, damn, you came up with that analogy with a quickness. Not really. Most of the time. Well, neither do I. Why should you? Do you get people drunk? Some say my beauty is intoxicating, but that's beside the point. I get my payment, I do my job, and forget about the whole thing. You make your job sound easy. Well, once you understand the precautions and what precautions to take, it's no problem, and I've always found my job to be fun. Being a hacker would be legit. Although it seems like once you start doing illegal shit, it's addictive, and then you just want to see how far you can push it before you get caught. I feel like that's always the big problem. Is you're like, I got away with this lesser crime. Maybe we'll try for something a little bit larger with a bigger payoff. And then you just keep getting more and more greedy about it. Not necessarily for the money, but for like the prestige of doing something bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. However, most of my contracts are consultancy-based gigs. It's not like every day's a thrill. Do you meet with the client, or? I don't. It's always from behind as many filters as I can manage. I remember I once did a job where I had a couple of kids relaying letters. For security reasons, right? Actually, because that way I lose a lot less time. I don't have to deal with the clients hitting on me or pestering me after the job's done. I also don't have to lose time proving my worth because big boobs equals small brain or some shit like that. Also, you have a robo-hand. I mean, protecting my identity is one of the reasons, but the few times I've shown myself... well, they weren't even risky or dangerous jobs, just run-of-the-mill security checks. I don't know, maybe I need to show up as a disheveled nerd or something. Give them what they expect to see. I mean, you got the glasses down. Or I just don't show up and save myself the trouble. Well, the questions. Just things I've been curious about and always forget to ask. Plus, you got you 3 drinks in right now, so you're in a good position to question. So many Alice Rabbit headlines have made me wonder about the hacking business, too. I'll remember to ask you things next time then. Well, I'm gonna take my leave now. I'll see you. Take care. Hello, sugar. Ow! Hey, Mr. Donovan. Like my pop used to say, never touch the ass of a woman with metallic arms. That's such a specific set of advice. That's so specific. Can we just stop at never touch the ass of a woman who, like, is not connected to you romantically? Huh? I mean, the robotic arms, it seems like you're doing it just because, like, there's a violence deterrent there, and then otherwise you would just be like, I'm just gonna do it anyways. I don't know. It raises flags. I think it's more like plastic and carbon fiber. They're hard as fuck, and that's all my abdomen felt. Do you normally greet people that way? I'm a man that can't contain himself when he sees something he likes, kid. But don't worry, you're safe. You're flatter than the field at my summer house. A bit of advice, don't provoke people serving you drinks or food. That's very true. I was a waiter. Don't mess with people that make your food. It's a bad plan. It's not going to work out for you. Don't be offended, kid. You have your audience. I'm just not part of it. Today I'm making this a quick one. I got to tend to business in a while. Having said that, I will have the usual. He usually says, a big-ass beer. Alright, so we need 2 Adelaide. We need 4 Bronson extract. We need 2 powdered Delta. We need 4 Flannerguide. And then we need 8 of ye old Karmatrine. It looks like 8 to me. Okay, and then it's just mixed. And you got yourself a brewski. The usual. Sure, this'll work. What brings you today, Mr. Donovan? That girl I interviewed yesterday is coming again in a couple of weeks. He said he wanted beer, right? I feel like I just messed up that drink. His usual is beer, correct? He likes big beer? Damn it. That girl I interviewed yesterday is coming in a couple of weeks. So I was working to clinch an exclusive interview. You succeed at it? Who the hell do you think you're talking to? I'm Donovan D. Dawson. I always get what I want. Sure, I had to blackmail the editors of other outlets, but the end result is what matters. I see. Wait, blackmail? You'd be surprised at the kind of stuff you find out when you get the right people drunk. Hey, the signature on that glass over there. Huh? Oh, yeah. That big-titted Lilum was here. She came yesterday before the concert, so, yeah. Anything juicy come out of her visit? Nah. Gossip-worthy? Nope. Tabloid-worthy? Nada. Oh, come on, there's gotta be something. Well, her love for what she does is so honest and pure that anybody that tries to ruin it should be ashamed. Oh, don't give me that shit. Throw me a bone here. Anything. I got nothing. Everyone has a price. How much for you to spill the beans? I'm serious here. She said nothing that could be used against her or that you didn't already know. Fine. Hey, kid. You think Lilum have nipples? Excuse me? I mean, I've seen a couple of pornos where they have them, but they could be modded, you know? So yesterday, while interviewing the singer Lilum chick, I kept wondering if her tits had nipples. I mean, I'd be fine without them, but the curiosity is killing me. But I'm even more curious about the engineers that design them. Can you picture a room full of people discussing whether or not the tits on a Lilum look good? A bunch of guys and like a lesbo engineer wondering if the latest model's vagina is good enough? I mean, man, God bless those sons of bitches. Any interesting preview of tomorrow's news? You expect me to share my information when you couldn't even share the scoop on the singer? How can one share when there's nothing to share? I'm gonna be a good citizen today, and I'm gonna let this one slide. Have you heard of a group called the Harbingers? Not really, no. There's some group wanting to overthrow the White Knights. I read their manifesto in the bathroom once. Interesting piece, and even better makeshift toilet paper. They talk about how the organization is corrupt and full of mob bosses or something like that. And I think I've heard about that somewhere. What of them? They sent a message to some outlets saying they have proof of their claims, that they're going to release it to the public tomorrow. Oh, that'd be interesting to see. I think. I know, right? Alright, kid. Give me a Bleeding Jane so I can call it a day. Alright, a Bleeding Jane. Alright, we got 1 Bronson extract. We got 3 powdered Delta. That's actually just a ground up dinosaur. That's all that it is. And then 3 Flannerguide. And then we blend the shit out this beezy. Alright, let's go ahead and get that. It's sobering? What kind of liquor is sobering? Although I bet you would make a killing off a liquor that sobers people up. Here you go. Simple enough for you, I see. So I've heard this is Dana Zane's bar. That true? Yep. Never thought I'd hear about the undefeated of the West again. More so after that incident with the bears. Where is she? She's out running some air. Wait, what bears? 6 years ago, a cash-strapped Dana Zane entered an underground ring for money. Faced 10 enraged grizzly bears, beat them all without killing them. I heard she set him free afterwards, too. And you were there. I was drunk and bored. What can I say? Do you know if she lost her arm there? Can't remember. Too drunk. Maybe she had her prosthetic then, too. I heard someone there suggest that she lost it after throwing a baseball out of some stadium. Threw it so hard her arm fell off. That sounds more like an unsubstantiated rumor. More like something she made up. Well, I gotta go. Next time you see Dana, thank her for winning me my second yacht. I knew betting on her was the right choice. Come again. Yeah. Oh, we're done for the day. Sukebon Games, give me my thingy. Oh no, we're at the half point. We're on our break, right? So what happens, I don't know, we used to just close the store. Like I worked at a IT place, also Geek Squad, I worked at both. But anyways, when there was nobody there and you were the only person minding the counter and like repairing computers and stuff, if you had to take a break, you just closed the shop and said out for lunch. They let me do that at Best Buy too. At Geek Squad, they let me do that a couple times when we were understaffed, where they just let me close the branch because I had to take a lunch or whatever. Alright, let's swap some stuff out here. We'll go like that. And then... Will you remember me? Synth the Stitch. Dusk. Ah, boss, you're back. Yeah, sorry about not being here earlier. What are you doing? I had a brief meeting with my BTC regional manager. Oh, is everything alright? As alright as it can be, considering that we're closing eventually. And when will that happen? I don't know. Ryan said that we'll be safe for a few months while the paperwork is filed and everything's being put in order. Oh. I was also talking to him about you. About me. Yeah, I was telling him to do whatever it takes to ensure you don't spend too much time without a job. If possible, to reassign you ASAP after closing. Hey, if it helps, Brian might be the angriest of us all. They want to close the only bar in the whole area that hasn't given me any headaches? He said. What about Gil? He's the one that worries me the most, actually. He's kind of working using the credentials for another guy that was working here before. Who? The one who brought a levitation potion and then threw himself off a building. Ah, the levitation potion story. You use weird euphemisms, boss. Anyways, I find it hard to believe that Gil will find a job after all this. Just who is Gil? I have an idea of who he is, but I'm still putting the pieces together. What she's saying right there, for the people that maybe don't get the translation or maybe didn't get the metaphor, levitation potion is it's alcohol. He's giving himself the courage to throw himself off the building. They call it walking the rail around here when somebody jumps off the Golden Gate Bridge. Decided he wanted to walk the rail. That's because the Golden Gate Bridge, if you jump over the side fencing right there, there's a rail that people always stand on before they throw themselves off into the bay. So anyways, they call it walking the rail. I have an idea of who he is, but I'm still putting the pieces together. People always have clever euphemisms and saying, instead of saying he pancaked himself all over the concrete, which is a tad indelicate. Anyways, back to work. Imminent closure is no excuse to slack off. Yes, sir. You guys do know that I can hear you, right? This place looks familiar. Excuse me, is this the VA-11 Hall A bar? It is indeed. Welcome to Valhalla. How bad did you luck out where that's your address? Like, the branding works for itself. I mean, I realize it's part of, like, the Deus Ex Machina of the game, but in real life, you would never get an address like that. People would fight over it. It's like the perfect address for a nightclub or for a bar. Or even for a restaurant, or maybe a place like Medieval Times where Vikings fight each other. Oh, God. What is Say planning now? Excuse me? I want a drink whose name was changed after many women protested. Can you get me that? Sure? I have no idea what she wants. What was that drink whose name was changed after people caused a stink? I don't know. I say we just go through. Let's see here. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. Let's see. No thermometer, no relation to the Hadron Cannon. This drink does not represent the opinion of the Bar Pianist Union or its associates. Pretty woman. Oh. Okay, so I guess it's a piano woman, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. I haven't read the descriptions because I'm always in a rush to make the drinks because I feel like I'm on a time limit. And so anyways, I don't know. I'm treating it like a real restaurant. And then it's aged and mixed. And there it is. Here you go. Very nice. Thanks a lot. Her ears move. She reminds me of Rika from Phantasy Star 4. She's got the cat ears, but like they're segmented into her hair. I don't know. So you know, say miss, I'm Stella Hoshi. My pleasure. Yeah, I know her. She's been here before, yeah? Yep. In fact, I'm glad you know her because she left this here last time. Oh my god. So she left her helmet behind again? Not the first time, eh? Her helmets have been picked up by all sorts of people in the last 3 months. Valets, nurses, morticians, fire jugglers. We don't call them morticians anymore. We call them funeral directors. She's been lucky enough to always leave it with the people who return it, at least. I mean, I would prefer to be called a mortician. It sounds more bad to be like, I am the mortician. Bring forth your dead relatives that I might prepare them. I don't know. Maybe that's why they don't like being called morticians. My bedside manner would be bad. Whoa, quite a few people. Say's as much of a sociable girl as she is a total klutz. At least when she's not being serious. She's very competent when she puts her mind to it. I see. So did she recommend this place, or... we're meeting here today. I can see why she chose the place. It's the kind of place she likes. Huh. Say, is that Kira Miki's autograph on that glass? Seems like the glass is a conversation starter. Nice. Yeah, it is. How'd you get it? She stopped here yesterday just before the concert. Really? I mean, she did? Yeah, nice girl. Can I see it? Sure. Yep, this star-like signature is hers. So your name's Jill then? That's me. Ain't this nice? Well, here you go. You like her, Miss Stella? Just call me Stella. I do. Whenever you hear her songs, you're filled with so much energy and happiness. Too bad I couldn't purchase tickets for this one. I mean, they were sold out in minutes. Luckily, I secured a couple for the next time she comes around. Excuse me for a second. Hello? Yeah, where the hell are you? Car crash. Oh, you're helping. Okay. It's gonna take long? Alright. Yeah, don't worry about it. I take it that was Say. Yep. You wait for her? I will. In the meantime, I feel like having another drink. One that was prepared in the memory of its creator's best friend. Alright. Like, why? I'm getting like a history lesson right now on drinks, and I'm not even sure. I don't know. I mean, we gotta start somewhere. It's probably a sweet drink. We'll start with a sugar rush. And I am just going to speed read my way through here. Let's see. People protested. Bar pianist union. Nope, not it. Supposed to mean punch made it innards. Nope. I don't know. It's possibly a Bleeding Jane. I'm not really sure. It doesn't say anything about prepared in the memory of a dead friend. I have no idea. I drink in honor of a good friend. I don't know. Maybe it's in the name. I've been reading the descriptions, but let's take a look at the names and see if there's anything here. The Bleeding Jane, Blue Fairy, the Fringe Weaver, the Frothy Water, the Mars Blast, Sparkle Star, Sunshine Cloud. I'll be honest, I have no idea what she wants. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see anything that's got that description. Huh. I don't know. I'll just make her a Cobalt Velvet, I guess. I have no idea what she wants. Like, on the rocks and mixed. Yeah. He named it after a friend, huh? Huh. There you go. Maybe I'm being too cryptic, but you should know these ones already. She's not wrong. May I ask you something that might be personal? I have no idea how I was supposed to, like, figure that out. Like, there's nothing in the description. There's nothing, like, anywhere that tells you a drink made for a friend. Well, I mean, I don't like riddles either, so that's probably the other problem, is that I just don't even bother with them. May I ask you something that might be personal? Isn't about my eye, is it? Nah, it's not, or at least I don't think so. I don't get to serve many cat boomers, so it's something I've been curious about. Did you go through the procedure because of a disease, or because of the fad? I'd rather not talk about it. My deepest apologies, then. No, it's fine. You seem to know your drinks, Jill. Well, I guess I've read a bit more than the recipe book. You like alcohol? Yeah, but not in the usual way. I don't drink much outside of canned beer. With their colors, their stories, the way you need to keep them stored, their designs. It sounds a bit silly when I say it out loud. No, not at all. You collect them or anything like that? Actually, yeah, I started with my grandpa's collection and been slowly growing it. It's been hard because of my debts, but I manage, little by little. Do you like alcohol, Stella? I'm here, right? But I'm normally more of a social drinker. Unless it's with somebody, I don't tend to drink much. I see. Sorry I'm late. Welcome. And with that, I think we're out of time for the day. So that's probably Say's arrival. I will see you all in the next episode of Valhalla. Let me know what you're thinking about the game. I have been reading all the comments and trying to figure out what's going on. If you knew what drink we were supposed to make, go ahead and enlighten me. It's over my head. I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.